guys. Betsy here. How's everybody doing? I'd love to hear from you. Tell me how you're doing. You can comment in the comments. It's April Fool's Day. Have any of you guys played any pranks or done any shenanigans to any of your family members that you're around? If we had been together in person, I had a plan for something that it would have been fun, but since we're not going to do that. Maybe next time. So today is actually my dad's birthday too. And so when my grandparents called people to tell them that they had their baby, nobody believed them. They thought that they were joking around. They thought it was an April Fool's joke that they had their baby, but they did in fact have their baby on April Fool's. And so today is my dad's birthday. Happy birthday, Dad. You probably won't be watching this, but that's okay. I miss you guys. I hope that you're doing well. Again, I would love to hear what's been going on in your lives. We'll be getting in touch with the students. The leaders will be, and I'll be reaching out to some of you and just seeing how you guys are doing and what's up. So I can't believe it's already April. Time is flying. As Abby knows, I was kind of waiting for March to get done. March was really busy, February and March. And in April, I was planning on making some plans with some friends and stuff, but that seems like we're going to wait just a little bit longer for that. But there is one important thing, really important and exciting thing that happens in April, and that's Easter. Easter is my favorite holiday, not for the peeps or for the chocolate eggs, but for the Skittles. I'm just kidding. That's not it at all. It's my favorite holiday because of what Jesus did for us. I love waking up Sunday morning before church and looking at my phone, and I get these texts from my friends that say he is risen. And I love getting to be able to text back, he is risen indeed. It's such a beautiful story. It's such a beautiful thing that Jesus did for us. But before we jump into Jesus's victory, before we get to that point, I think that it's important that we look back at all of the things that happened before he had this victory for us, before he died and rose again and defeated death and defeated Satan, and now we have this victory in Jesus, and that he did that for us. It's such a beautiful thing. But there were so many things that happened before that. It wasn't easy what he did. And so with that, we're going to jump into the word. We're going to be in Luke 22, starting at verse 39. So we're going to go ahead and start there. So Jesus went out as usual to the Mount of Olives, and his disciples followed him. On reaching the place, he said to them, "Pray that you will not fall into temptation." Oh, guys, it looks like we've got quite the surprise here for us. Hang on just for a second. I'll be right back. Yo, Betty in his house. Betsy's sister from the same mister. Whoop whoop. I hear y'all be talking about what happened to Jesus before he rose from the dead. Y'all ready for some truth? Let me tell you about my homeboy Jesus and what happened to him. Just straight out of Luke 22. Jesus be knowing that peeps be out to get him. But he just keeps on keeping on. You know what I'm saying? Doing what he doing. So he go with his homies to the Mount of Olives, and they pray. The words say Jesus got down on his knees and say, "Father, if you willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will be done, but yours." He be saying he don't want to die. He don't want to die. But he's saying, "If it be your will, Lord, I trust you. I trust you with my whole life." That's deep, yo. That's real deep. My homeboy trusts his life in God's hands. Do you trust God with your life? You should. You could. You can. You should. You hear me? Okay. So God heard my homeboy, and he hears you too when you call on his name. When you be praying, he hears your words. He hears you. So he heard Jesus, and he sent an angel, and he gave him strength to even say that Jesus was praying so seriously that he be sweating blood. That's some serious praying. Serious praying. Closest I ever got to that is time I fell off my back, scraped my knee, and had to ride home. Blood all down my leg. That ain't the same thing, though. All right, let's keep going. So right before all that, one of Jesus' homeboys decided he wasn't going to hang with Jesus no more, and he betray him. Woo! That ain't right. He betray him. He be telling lies about my homeboy Jesus. That ain't so good. And then, not only did he tell him lies, he showed him all these people who are trying to get him, trying to get Jesus. He just be showing them where my homeboy at. He said, oh yeah, I know where he be. He said, and when we get that, I'm going to give Jesus a kiss on the cheek, and that's how you know it's him. With a kiss? Come on now. Handshake, pat on the back, a kiss though? Ain't right. So when they got there, there's a whole bunch of them, and they come with swords and clubs. Like these people who ought to get Jesus were afraid of him, and so they came prepared for a fight. And then Jesus' disciples, all of his homeboys, they saw him coming, and so one of them pulled out his sword, and he sliced off one of the ears of the guards who was with him. Y'all remember that story? We talked about that some time ago. I remember sharing that. Jesus just scooped up that ear, put it right back on, and he healed him. Do you remember that? He wasn't grossed out by all that blood or nothing. No stitches for this guy. No, he put that ear right back on, and he made it whole. That's what Jesus did. These people who came to arrest him. Okay, moving on. So they arrested him. So all those officials finally, all those people who had to get him, they finally got him. And that's where we leave the story today. Our homeboy arrested and in trouble. Those people out to get him finally got him. He finally got gotten. Or so it seems. We all know that ain't the end of the story though, right? Okay. So much love to you. Peace out, my homies. Thank you, Betsy, for stopping by. It's always a treat to see you. So Easter is a time that we usually get together with family and friends. We usually gather up. It's a special time that we spend. And it's still a special season. It's still going to be a special season, even though we aren't going to get together with our family and friends maybe like we normally do. It's going to feel different. It's going to be different. But I just encourage you to take this time to remember even the bigger picture of what Easter is all about. It is about spending time together, but it's really about spending time together celebrating what Jesus did for us on the cross. The fact that he died on the cross and that he rose to life again. When we say it that way, though, a lot of times it can make it seem so simple what Jesus did. But when we remember the betrayal of a good friend and having to do something that he didn't really want to do, something that was hard for him to do, being arrested even though he didn't actually do anything wrong, and then being mocked. He was mocked and he was spit at, which we'll talk about next week. We can begin to relate in a different way because most of us have had those things happen to us, right? We've had a friend betray us, or we've had people mock us. Hopefully not spit on you, although I've experienced that in my life as well. And having to do things that we don't want to do. Like right now, a lot of us are at home and we would love to actually be together, but it's for the benefit of everybody right now. And so that happens in our life. That happens in our lives. Those are all things that we can relate to. And because we can relate to that, it helps us to understand a little bit more what Jesus was feeling. It doesn't feel good. It's not something that we enjoy doing. And it doesn't necessarily feel like it's something that we should celebrate. But we're not at the end of the story yet. The celebration is coming. So, same place, same time next week. I love you guys and I miss you. I'll see you later.